how will Braun, the Brow, and Brody coexist?
I know you felt good to read that line, man. That was cute when I saw that in the lineup. So let's start with, we see the three guys there on the screen. So let's start with the man himself that probably everybody is thinking about, not Russ. Let's talk about LeBron. What does this mean for him? Obviously, we see LeBron's getting older. You know, time is going on. His body's breaking down, and his motor's just not what it used to be. But he doesn't have to be as physical. We know Westbrook, the most physical point guard we've ever seen. And this takes some pressure off LeBron as well. I feel like LeBron will be able to feel confident when he's not on the floor, knowing that Westbrook can at least run the offense. I'm not going to maybe bank on you to hit some huge shots or maybe turn this game around, but I know you won't lose it for me, you know? And especially going back to being physical, I mean, we know that's a big part of LeBron's game, and LeBron will also be able to have more of those open looks to himself as well, because we know Westbrook I think he's the best passer in the NBA right now, 11 plus assists last year per game. We know what Westbrook can do in that category. Now let's talk about Anthony Davis, another guy who's kind of, you know, his body's been breaking down, and I'll go on record and say it. Really, the only reason AD was able to stay healthy for that finals run is because he got 4 months off. The whole league got that time off, and it benefited the Lakers really well. We know that it possibly wouldn't have went that way if the bubble didn't happen. But again, takes the physicality off of him. He'll get more open looks. And when you bring Westbrook in, he's a smart guy. I feel like this is maybe the first time in a while that LeBron and maybe even Anthony Davis have a player that is maybe equally as intelligent as them, you know, on a basketball IQ level. So I do like the move in that aspect. And then let's talk about Russell Westbrook. So now you got two extreme weapons at your disposal, right? We know Russ has played with Harden. He's played with KD. He's played with Beal. He's played with Paul George and all these other stars, right? But here's the thing is people really want to sit here and try to say, oh, he's had so many opportunities to win one with this team and win one with that team. But in my opinion, when it was KD, I don't think KD's on the level that he is now. Like, KD was still up and coming. Yes, he had already put himself like in the books as an all-timer. I know you love that phrase there. But KD wasn't what he is today, you know? And then when you look at how Westbrook is going to impact the team overall, we know Westbrook's a 20-point-a-night guy, right? But he doesn't have to be that. I feel like with these Lakers, he could be a 13, maybe 15-point guy, but you know he's going to give you 13, 14, 15 assists. He's going to give you double-digit rebounds. So we know he is a walking triple-double, a Swiss Army knife, a stat machine for these LA Lakers, man. So, but the thing is, when you look at, you know, people talk about, okay, is LeBron potentially going to be able to coexist like you just asked about that?
Yeah.
Is he going to have the patience, rather, when the plot gets thick in the playoffs? Because Russell Westbrook, we know, dries up when the postseason comes around. We'll get into that in a little bit, but yeah, the three of them, that's I think how they'll mesh there.
I mean, I think the coexisting it's actually kind of like a fairy tale thing. It's not as difficult to see them coming together as what people are actually trying to make it seem. I mean, in the past couple of seasons, LeBron has been in LA for 2-3 seasons now, 3 years. His 3-point percentage has increased in the last 2 seasons, which he'll be sitting back to shoot quite a few more of those. He started taking more, and he started hitting more. Anthony Davis, his 2 best years with the Pelicans were in 2016 and 2017 when he was playing with Drew Holiday, Rajon Rondo, and Boogie. When he has facilitating point guards, much like Russ, that's when he eats, averaging 28 and 11 over those 2 seasons. Those were by far his best 2 years, like over the course of a whole season. So now you look at Russell Westbrook, he really thrives in a situation when he's got really good big men with him. I mean, just look at what he did for Steven Adams. You would not know who Steven Adams was if he did not play with Westbrook.
I can agree with that.
I mean, Westbrook's numbers increased along with Steven Adams coming in because of how well he complements a true big man.
Correct.
I mean, Steven Adams got there in 2013, started playing significant minutes in 2014. When he started playing significant minutes, Russell Westbrook's numbers went up, way up. He went from 21.8 a game to 28.1. His assists went up. His rebounding went up. Like, it's not a mystery what's going to happen with him and Anthony Davis out there. Russ crashes to the basket. He drops a dime, leaves it right in front of the rim. Anthony Davis gets easy points off of dunks. He'll get 5 or 6 dunks right at the front of the rim every game, just for the mere fact that you've got to converge on Russ. Otherwise, he's going to just straight dunk on you.
Yeah.
It's like, man, you have to come over.
Right.
And he's a very willing passer.
Right.
He's going in full steam so he can actually draw the defense. But if you look at him at the Wizards, like we always talk about Chris Paul going to places, and they always are better. He went to the Wizards. They were They missed the playoffs, so 25 and 47 before Russ got there, and that was with Beal, and Beal was doing his thing before Russ got there.
Yep, actually had a crazy scoring year before that also.
Yeah. Russ walked in the door. They made the playoffs. They lost in the first round, but he played extremely well. Bradley Beal's scoring and his field goal percentage actually increased since Russ was there.
Yep.
And center Thomas Bryant, his points and field goal percentage also increased playing with Brody. Because, I mean, it's the way he presses. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's absolutely going to mesh with the three of them, and that was before we got to all the rest of them.
Right.